Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the new AI model released by OpenAI 2 days ago. This is known as the O3 Mini and it's the newest, most cost-efficient model in the reasoning series, available in both ChatGPT and the API as well.
So on software style benchmarks, we have Sreebench Verified, which is a benchmark consisting of real-world software tasks. We're seeing that O3 performs at about 71.7% accuracy, which is over 20% better than our O1 models.
It was previewed in December by Sam Altman, and we'll take a look at some of his comments about the new model. But this model presents exceptional STEM capabilities with particular strength in science, math, and coding, all while maintaining the low cost and reduced latency of OpenAI O1 Mini. Now, OpenAI O3 Mini is the first small reasoning model that supports highly requested developer features, including function calling, structured outputs, developer messages, making it production ready out of the gate. Like OpenAI O1 Mini and the OpenAI O1 Preview, O3 Mini will support streaming. In addition, developers can choose between 3 reasoning efforts options: low, medium, and high, to optimize for their specific use cases. The flexibility allows O3 Mini to think harder based on those effort options when tackling complex challenges or prioritize speed when latency is a concern. O3 Mini does not support vision capabilities, so developers should continue to use O1 for visual tasks. O3 Mini is rolling out in the Chat Completions API, the Assistance API, and the Batch API starting on Friday to select developers in API usage tiers 3 to 5. Now, ChatGPT Plus, Team, and Pro users can access O3 Mini starting today, which was Friday, with enterprise access coming sometime in February. Now, O3 Mini will replace O1 Mini in the new models picker, right? So if you jump over to ChatGPT, you notice on the top left corner, on the drop-down section to select your model, there is a new model, and you can see it says O3 Mini, which is fast at advanced reasoning. In addition, you'll see another option, O3 Mini High, which is great at coding and logic. So those are the new models introduced by OpenAI. O3 Mini provides a specialized alternative for technical domains requiring precision and speed. Now, O3 Mini uses medium reasoning effort to provide a balanced trade-off between speed and accuracy. All paid users will also have the option of selecting O3 Mini High, which I just showed you, in the model picker for high intelligence version that takes a little longer to generate responses. So, which is this one here. If you select that, it says O3 Mini High. Also, the Pro users will have unlimited access to both O3 Mini and O3 Mini High, which is what I have in my account. You can see I have those two options, O3 Mini as well as O3 Mini High. When you had the 12 days of OpenAI, Sam Altman did talk about the O3 Mini. Let's jump and see what he said about it.
Today, we're going to talk about that next frontier model, which you would think logically maybe should be called O2, but out of respect to our friends at Telefonica and in the grand tradition of OpenAI being really, truly bad at names, it's going to be called O3. Actually, we're not going to we're going to announce 2 models today, O3 and O3 Mini. O3 is a very, very smart model. O3 Mini is an incredibly smart model, but really good at performance and cost. So to get the bad news out of the way first, we're not going to publicly launch these today. The good news is we're going to make them available for public safety testing starting.
Just remember, these models are live. We're just looking at a preview of Sam Altman in December of 2024 talking about O3 Mini.
Today, we can apply and we'll talk about that later. We've taken safety testing seriously as our models get more and more capable, and at this new level of capability, we want to try adding a new part of our safety testing procedure, which is to allow public access for researchers that want to help us test. We'll talk more at the end about when these models, when we expect to make these models generally available, but we're so excited to show you what they can do, to talk about their performance. Got a little surprise, we'll show you some demos, and without further ado, I'll hand it over to Mark to talk about it.
Cool, thank you so much, Sam. So my name is Mark, I lead research at OpenAI, and I want to talk a little bit about O3's capabilities. Now, O3 is a really strong model at very hard technical benchmarks, and I want to start with coding benchmarks, if you could bring those up. So on software style benchmarks, we have 3bench verified, which is a benchmark consisting of real-world software tasks. We're seeing that O3 performs at about 71.7% accuracy, which is over 20% better than our O1 models. Now this really signifies that we're really climbing the frontier of utility as well. We see that O1 achieves an ELO on this context coding site called Codeforce is about 1891. At our most aggressive high test time compute settings, we're able to achieve almost like a 27 ELO here.
So Mark was a competitive programmer, actually still coaches competitive programming. Very, very good. What is your?
I think my best at a comparable site was about 2,500.
That's tough.
Well, I will say, our chief scientist, this is also better than our chief scientist Jakob's score.
I think there's one guy at OpenAI who's still like a 3,000 something.
Yeah,
that'll be 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah,
enjoy.
Those are impressive.
A couple months to enjoy there.
Competitive programming is really tough.
Great.
I mean, this model is incredible at programming.
Yeah, and not just programming, but also mathematics. So we see that on competition math benchmarks, just like competitive programming, we achieve very, very strong scores. So O3 gets about 96.7% accuracy versus an O1 performance
That's
of
impressive.
83% on the AME.
Really impressive
score.
I did get a perfect score once, alright, so I'm safe. But really what this signifies is that O3 often just misses one question whenever we test it on this very hard feeder exam for the USA Mathematical Olympiad. There's another very tough benchmark, which is called GPQA Diamond, and this measures the model's performance on PhD level science questions. Here we get another state-of-the-art number, 87.7%, which is about 10% better than our O1 performance, which was at 78%. Just to put this in perspective, if you take an expert PhD, they typically get about 70% in kind of their field of strength here. So one thing that you might notice, from some of these benchmarks is that we're reaching saturation for a lot of them, or nearing saturation. So the last year has really highlighted the need for really harder benchmarks to accurately assess where our frontier models lie. And I think a couple have emerged as fairly promising over the last months. One in particular I want to call out is Epic AI's Frontier Math benchmark. Now, you can see the scores look a lot lower than they did for the previous benchmarks we showed. And this is because this is considered today the toughest mathematical benchmark out there. This is a data set that consists of novel, unpublished, and also very hard.
These are extremely hard.
Yeah, very, very hard problems. Even Terence Tao says, it would take professional mathematicians hours or even days to solve one of these problems.
Wow.
And today, all offerings out there have less than 2% accuracy on this benchmark. And we're seeing with O3, in aggressive test time settings, we're able to get over 25%. Yeah.
So there we have it. Spoke about the software engineering SWE bench verified. You can see that O3 mini high scores at 49.3, and the previous model, even the O1 and the O1 preview, was slightly lower. They also talk about model speed and performance, right? With intelligence comparable to O1, O3 mini delivers faster performance and improved efficiency. Beyond the STEM evaluations highlighted above, O3 mini demonstrates superior results in additional math factuality evaluations with medium reasoning effort. In A/B testing, O3 mini delivered responses 24% faster with an average response time of 7.7 seconds compared to 10.16 seconds. And just so I can show you a smaller difference, if I go to O3 mini model, I can say write code for snake game in Python, and you'll see the main differences here is that it's going to start to reason, and you can see it's going to map out a plan, and you can actually visually see how the model is thinking and approaching the problem. And even using O3 mini, you actually get a response in 5 seconds. and it maps out the plan. It says, I'm thinking through a snake game in Python with Pygame, focusing on initializing screen setup, imports, and coding with clear comments. Crafting the game, I'm setting up the snake games framework, initializing Pygame, setting dimensions and colors. It's literally reasoning as it performs the task, handling movements and collisions, and implementing a game over strategy. And there you have it. You have the full code already generated. The idea is that you can now use O3 Mini and O3 Mini High to perform some of the higher function programming or STEM related tasks. So that's it. A look at the new AI model, which is the newest, most cost efficient model in the reasoning series by OpenAI. Till next time, stay positive and also subscribe to Data Finance 365 for more tech finance videos such as this one. Stay positive. Peace.